welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Warriors Fire and Ice, Chapter 9. The chapter starts off with a cold morning, and it's not just cold outside, but Graystripe feels to me to be a little cold. Fireheart asks him as they wake up, "Hey, do you want to show the apprentices around together?" And Graystripe says, "No, I think I better go by myself." And Fireheart is like, "Oh, okay." And he kind of remembers when they first went out, they went out together. But, oh, okay, yeah, you can go off on your own. And Fireheart's feeling a little bit sad, but he goes over to Cinderpaw and says, "Hey, Cinderpaw." And Cinderpaw gets up and runs outside. "Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. Come on." And she is excited. She has enthusiasm. She's enthusiastic. She has energy and excitement. And so Firepaw says, "All right, well, come on, let's go." Fireheart says, "Let's go and walk around and see some of ThunderClan territory." And so he says, "Follow me." And Cinderpaw goes, runs right past him out of the home, the ThunderClan camp, and Fireheart catches up to her and he says, "I thought I said follow me." He said, "I want to go to the top of the hill and see everything." And so Fireheart runs up to the top pretty fast and he sits down, relaxes, and Cinderpaw is coming up the hill. Oh, and they look out and see the trees and they see all the scenery. And then they go to where Fireheart caught his first prey near this dried up riverbed, and where a lot of the training happens anyways. And he says, "Hey, Cinder, this is Cinderpaw. This is where we're gonna do most of our training, but today we're gonna explore and see some things." And she's excited. She wants to look at everything, smell everything, go look at everything. And he says, "Come on, let's go see our first real stop." Oh no, I guess this is the second stop. The owl tree. So they run off to go visit this owl tree. They have to cross a little stream over a log, and they go to this big, huge tree with an owl in it. And Cinderpaw says, "How do you know an owl lives up there?" And Fireheart says, Smell the air." Cinderpaw smells. "How do you know that's not a squirrel?" And Fireheart laughs and says, "I'll show you the scent of a squirrel later. This is definitely owl. You can tell by sniffing in the leaves." And so Cinderpaw sticks her head into the leaves. Has something in her mouth. Says, "Oh, what is that? It smells like, what do they call it? Not fresh kill. Rat food, maybe they say? I can't remember. They have some word for old, nasty food." And he says, "Oh, that is owl poop." And he starts laughing because Blue Star did the same trick to him. And he stuck his head in the leaves or whatever and picked up one in his mouth. And he's like, "Oh, owl poop." Ah! And he kind of laughs. We had mentioned last week when we were talking together that it didn't look like Blue Star actually mentored Fireheart that much. I mean, in our story, we just had one time pretty much where Fireheart went out with Blue Star. But this is an example of where we hear about other times Fireheart went out with Blue Star that maybe we didn't get to read about. So maybe she did mentor him more than we thought. So anyways, they see the owl tree, and Fireheart tells her that sometimes you can follow owls on a windy day because they have better eyes and they can see the prey more easily. When it's too windy, we can't smell the prey. So if you know where owl lives, you can follow it to catch some prey. Let's see here. Then they run off to the Great Sycamore, which the Great Sycamore is a huge tree. A sycamore is just a kind of tree. And they look at it, not too special. Fireheart does make a joke, but then they want to go somewhere else, but Cinderpaw takes off and she runs towards these rocks, and Fireheart realizes, oh no, she's running towards Snake Rocks, where there's a bunch of snakes, a type of snake called an adder. If you remember, Ravenpaw caught an adder. Man, that was pretty exciting. So she runs over there. She runs on top of a rock, and Fireheart, she runs too fast for Fireheart to catch up. But he finally catches up, and he's like, Cinderpaw, get over here right now! And she freezes, and she jumps over, and she walks over to him, and he's like, oh, that is Snake Rocks. There are a bunch of snakes there, and if one would have bitten you, you would have died. So that is a really dangerous place. And she's a little scared because Fireheart used such a strong voice with her. But then she starts to relax, and it's like, okay, hey, let's go visit the Thunder Path. And they run off to go see the Thunder Path, and they hide in bushes, and the monster comes, and Fireheart says, okay, hey, you're safe here, relax, but a monster's coming. And it comes by, whoa! And Cinderpaw closes her eyes and wrinkles her nose, and it zooms past him. And she opens her eyes, and Fireheart says, okay, now you can smell all the Thunder Path and all the yuckiness, but what else is there? Oh, it's Shadow Clan. Yeah, this is the Shadow Clan border. That's what Shadow Clan smells like. And Cinderpaw's like, oh, I don't like this. And even Fireheart feels like, oh yeah, we're really close to enemy territory. Let's go. Let's visit the Two-Leg Place. Actually, it's not called the Two-Leg Place. There's the Cutting Trees, I think, and something else, and the Two-Leg Place. But for our story, it's important because they go to the Two-Leg Place, and in the forest is this pregnant she-cat. And Cinderpaw sees her, and Fireheart, and Cinderpaw says, let's go chase her out of our territory. And something kind of hits Fireheart and was like, and he doesn't want to chase this cat out of their territory, so he kind of makes a sound, and the cat looks up, sees him, and runs off. And Cinderpaw's a little sad. Oh, I wanted to chase her. It's like, that's okay, we'll have time later. And they go explore some other things. But the smell of that cat stays with Fireheart. And then they return to camp. Gray Stripe is in a lot better mood. He's like, hey, I got some fresh kill for you. And they eat it, talk together, they share tongues, they're feeling good, and they go to sleep. When they go to sleep, Fireheart dreams. And he's dreaming and remembering the smell of this she-cat that he saw. And then he remembers his mother. And then he remembers that cat was his sister. And that's what he dreams about all night. Some vocabulary words for you. First one, scrambled, is to kind of walk and with your hands and your feet and kind of slipping while you're moving, usually up something. Wove is weave. So they wove through the trees. If you think about some clothes and a needle, the needle goes in the clothes, back and forth, back and forth. That's weaving. They wove through the trees. Now, there was no string or anything, but that was just the movement that they made. Skirted, if this is some area, like a house, and I think we talked about this before with barley, skirted means to go just around the edge. So they skirted the edge of maybe the Thunder Path. I can't quite remember. But just getting close to it on the outside. Rats. That's an expression that means, dang, shucks, I missed it, too bad. Something like that. And we say, oh, rats. Which is just an expression of something unfortunate or bad happening. Beckoning. Hey, come here. Come on over here. So Gray Stripe beckoned Firepaw. Hey, come on, I got some fresh kill for you. Said, come over here. That leaves us with our discussion question. What do you think of Fireheart's mentoring style? Okay, we can think of Lionheart, White Storm, Tiger Claw. Okay, different styles of teaching. What do you think about Fireheart's? Okay. Would you follow his style, or would you change it? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.